In a quiet village called Greenfield, there lived a young man named Ethan. He and his mother, Margaret, lived a simple life, getting by from the sales of mangoes from their small orchard. Ethan loved his trees. He tended to them every single day, with a heart full of patience and care. But life wasn't always kind. Some of his mangoes ripened beautifully, while others just looked dull or spoiled far too quickly. Whenever Ethan took his mangoes to the village market, he faced mockery instead of customers. One day, a trader sneered at his cart. "These mangoes look awful. Even a junk dealer wouldn't take them. Forget selling, no one will even eat these." Ethan, holding up a mango, pleaded, "Sir, please. These are fresh from my orchard. Just try one. They are very sweet." But the trader just laughed. "If they look this bad, who would buy them?" he scoffed, broken-hearted. Ethan returned home again with a cart full of unsold mangoes. This became a daily routine. Soon, the unsold fruit began to rot, and with it, Ethan's hope. To make things worse, lenders started showing up at his door, taking whatever little they had as payment for his growing debts. Among these lenders was Victor Coleman, a wealthy and incredibly greedy moneylender who owned a massive mango orchard of his own. Victor sold his high-quality mangoes in the city for a premium and had absolutely no mercy for the poor farmers in his village. One afternoon, Victor came to Ethan's small house. "I hear your debts are piling up," he said coldly. "Why don't you just come work for me? At least you'll have food on your table and a roof over your head. Honestly, it's your only option now." Ethan stood his ground. "I will manage on my own," he replied firmly. "I would rather live on the streets than work for a man like you." "Thank you for the offer." Victor's face flushed with anger. "Look at this beggar, acting all proud. You have 2 weeks to repay my loan, or I'm taking this house and your precious little orchard." After Victor stormed off, a heavy silence filled the room. "Mom," Ethan said, his voice barely a whisper, "if I don't repay him, we'll lose everything. No one in the village will help me. What am I going to do?" Margaret placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Son, never lose hope," she said softly. "Try going to the city. You never know. Something good might happen there." Her words were a tiny spark in his darkness, giving him just enough hope to try again. The next morning, Ethan journeyed to the city. He went from shop to shop, asking for help, for a loan, for a chance. But no one was willing to trust a stranger. As evening fell, defeated and exhausted, he began his long walk home. Through the forest, as he walked along the quiet path, he saw a figure on the ground. It was an elderly monk, lying unconscious. Ethan rushed to his side, sprinkled some water from his flask on the man's face, and slowly, the monk's eyes fluttered open. "Are you feeling better now, sir?" Ethan asked with concern. The monk smiled weakly. "Yes, my son," he said. "You saved my life. Ask for anything you desire." Ethan folded his hands in respect. "I don't want anything, sir. Just bless me so that I can repay my debts and save my home." The monk reached into his small bag and pulled out a single, peculiar-looking seed. He placed it in Ethan's hand. "Plant this seed in your orchard," the monk instructed. "As you plant it, say the name of the fruit you desire, This tree will end your poverty." Ethan thanked the monk profusely and hurried home, clutching the precious seed. The very next morning, he dug a small hole in his orchard, placed the seed inside, and whispered, "Mango." What happened next was nothing short of a miracle. Within just 2 days, a small plant sprouted from the earth. Day by day, it grew taller and stronger. By the 8th day, it had transformed into a magnificent, full-grown mango tree, its branches heavy with shimmering, golden mangoes. Ethan reached out and picked one. It was heavy, and it gleamed in the sunlight. He froze. It wasn't just golden in color, it was made of pure gold. Overjoyed and hardly believing his luck, Ethan took the golden mangoes to the city. He sold them for a fortune, easily repaying Victor's loan and clearing every single one of his debts. With the remaining money, he built a beautiful large house for himself and his mother. News of Ethan's sudden wealth spread through the village like wildfire, eventually reaching the ears of Victor Coleman. Burning with jealousy and greed, Victor decided he had to have those golden mangoes for himself. One night, under the cover of darkness, he snuck into Ethan's orchard. He crept towards the magical tree, his eyes wide with avarice. But the moment he reached out to pluck a golden mango, the ground beneath him gave way, and he fell into a deep pit. The crash and Victor's cries for help woke the nearby farmers. They rushed over to see what had happened, with Ethan arriving shortly after. He looked down at the trapped moneylender calmly. "I had a feeling you would come one day to steal my mangoes," Ethan said. "That's why I dug this pit." Victor, now terrified, begged desperately, "Please, Ethan, help me. Get me out of here." Ethan shook his head. "If I let you go today, you'll just go back to cheating and tormenting other poor people. I think only the police can help you now." Victor was arrested for attempted theft, and the entire village celebrated. Finally free from his cruelty, Ethan became a respected and wealthy man. But he never forgot where he came from. He used his newfound fortune to help the poor, providing fair loans to young people who needed a start in life. He and his mother lived the rest of their days in peace and happiness. The golden mango tree brought Ethan wealth, but it was his honesty, his courage in the face of hardship, and his kindness to others that brought him true, lasting prosperity. The story teaches us to always walk the path of truth, no matter how difficult life gets. Facing our challenges with integrity and a good heart is what truly matters. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more inspiring content. See you next time.